Hi, 1060 Awesomes. We're still week 11. Well, it's Monday still. So I've already posted the overview video for this week. I know in each one of the groups, I provided a substantial kind of like overview or kind of a general detail of Project 2, the progress report memo. So I posted that, spoke a little bit about that. And I had asked you if there was anything more specific that you need me to go over. I may revisit some things for the progress report, for the Project 2 progress report memo. There again, remember the Project 2 progress report memo is very, very straightforward. I also recall from every single one of the meetings, we had a lot of already asking, kind of wanting to know more about Project 3. So I thought I'd start by at least going over the assignment sheet now. And then as we get closer throughout this week, and especially in the next week, we're really going to start putting this, we can really start thinking about putting this baby together. So here are the main components of the assignment. And I know many of you, I kind of talked to you about this funny word I kept saying called IMRAD. All right. IMRD. I got to find a writing utensil that works. Here, we'll do it this way. IMRD. You see that? IMRAD, IMRD. So I'd like to draw your attention to those same letters right here in the body. So we have I, M, R, D. Okay, excuse me. So thinking about the body, I don't. If you want to start worrying about the front matter, I'm not as concerned about right now. We'll talk about that, and I'll be posting some examples for next week to kind of look at. But there's a cover page. You'll have a table of contents. There'll be a table of figures, right? Because a lot of the groups we discussed using figures, graphs, pictures, diagrams. You can be super creative in this. I don't feel like this thing has to just be only words, right? A picture's worth 1,000 words, they say, right? So feel free to bring in graphs that will demonstrate, right, to help you explain to your audience, right? Pictures can help us, graphs can help us, diagrams can help us. Charts can help us, these kinds of things to explain ourselves, right? To help reveal the data, right, and the results. Help us think about, as we're discussing it, what it means. Even a good picture or a good graph or a good chart can also help us with what recommendations we think we're going to make or that we're leaving our audience with. So feel free to use those. And I'm not, this thing, I think I've told most of you, I'm not a big page counter. This is roughly about where it should be, okay? As long as the biggest issue is that you get your point across, that you introduce your topic thoroughly, right? So down here you get your introduction, right? We've got our methods, we've got our results, we've got our discussion, and then lastly we'll have our recommendations. So those are the 5, if you will, major sections of the paper. All right, we got the front matter, we got the back matter, right? We'll talk about those more specifically. Cover page in the front, the back page, you have references. If you've got any appendices, if you've got an index that you want to do, whatever you guys want to do. I know one of the groups that had submitted their paper, they had done it, submitted in columns like it was an actual, like an article that you would read out of one of their journals from one of their sources, kind of mimicking what it would look like if it was published. I'm fine with that too. Be creative, right? Don't worry about page count necessarily, right? Get wrapped up in that kind of stuff. Try to think about more that you're being thorough into your subject and that you're addressing what these are. And of course, we're going to go into greater detail. I think we understand what an introduction is, right? But I will review that, right? The new term on here might be the executive summary. So we're going to talk more specifically about that. That'll be one of the last things that you write anyway. But I think as you're collecting data and thinking about stuff, introductions first, right? As you're doing, methods is basically a fancy word of saying, how did we get our research? What did we do? Did we do a survey? Did we do secondary research? What did we do? Then once we got data back, what were the results and the findings? Then we're going to have a discussion / conclusion about those results and findings. And then the last thing we'll do is make a recommendation or if we're not making a specific recommendation, we might just have a conclusion saying, okay, this is where we are. Here's maybe where we need to go. Or here's what we need to think about. Right. And then you'll have tables and figures, which will be listed up here. If you use any charts, graphs, images, diagrams, whatever. And then we'll go over that in more detail when I post an example. But I just wanted to address that because several of you had asked about that. This is, in essence, kind of where we're headed. All right, guys, that's a quick Project 3 overview. Stay safe, stay awesome. I'll be back with some examples later. Bye.